Hello everyone, this is Leo from the Pandalorians, and today we are going to be talking about which race and faction should we use in Star Trek Online. Now, as you can see, there are many different factions here. We've got Discovery Starfleet, Dominion, the original series Starfleet, Romulan Republic, Klingon Defense Force, and Starfleet. So, which one should we pick? Wow. Here they don't really explain too much about what everything does. Obviously we all know, being Star Trek fans, which majority of you would know, is Starfleet is on one side, and we've got on the other side we've got the KDF. Now the Romulan Republic and the Dominion, you can ally yourself with either Starfleet or the Klingon Defense Force. So when you've played, I think to level 10, you would get that option to choose who you want to align yourself with. Then you would have access to all their ships. So if you want to go for Starfleet, you would have access to a lot of Starfleet Federation vessels like the Galaxy class, the Enterprise D, the Enterprise E, the Enterprise B, and the Nebula, Voyager, Defiant. Or if you want to go KDF, you can use the Vorcha, the Burrell, Bird of Prey, to decloak and vaporize somebody in 1 second with their quantum warhead. So, which one do you want to pick? Well, it depends really on what your preference is. If you're thinking, okay, I might want to do high-end DPS, or maybe I want to go into PvP. Now, sort of your main options there really come down to, I believe, two. Romulans or Dominion. The Romulans, again, you can ally yourself with either faction. Now, some things, if you align yourself with the Klingon Defense Force, there are also things in game like DPRM and superior aerial denial, starship traits and consoles, which you would get cheaper on the Klingon Defense Force. Why? Because they are from Starfleet vessels that only Starfleet people can fly, so they are set things. So what they've done in game is create cross-faction little bundles, which you can get the same gear and traits for a lot cheaper price. So instead of paying something like 600 million for a starship that maybe you might not fly just to get one console or one trait, instead you could pay a fraction of that cost on a Klingon Defense Force aligned character to get the same gear. So that might be something that you might want to consider later on. Now, to go back to the Romulans, if we just click here. Now, the next options are Romulan, Reman, Liberated Borg, or Alien. I would suggest you would go with an Alien. Why? Because you get an extra trait for personal traits. So instead of the standard 9, which the majority of all the characters get, all alien races on each faction would get an extra slot, an added bonus, to make you even more overpowered. Now, again, which do you want to be? Engineering, science, or tactical? Well, engineering, they come with endgame miracle worker and rotate shield frequency to make you extra tanky. If you're looking at science, you can have the subnuke ability and sensor scan for debuffs. Subnuke is a very powerful ability in the game. It basically removes all buffs on a target and also increases all their recharge speed for their abilities. So it makes them quite squishy, let's say. A tactical officer, in all factions you'd have your Alpha Strike and go down fighting for all that extra damage output on your vessel, so it can be quite intimidating. Being a Romulan, an alien as well, you would get access to Romulan Operative, which means you get extra critical chance and critical severity traits on all your bridge officers, which will then make you more powerful as it's added to your own. You can, on other factions like Starfleet for example, if you are in a fleet which has access to the Romulan embassy, you can purchase Romulan operatives, but you're unable to fill your whole ship with Romulan operatives, so that is a difference there. If you're a Romulan you can, if you're just a standard Starfleet character you're unable to. So this might be something that you might want to consider if you're looking to get those high numbers and max out your character. I would suggest you would go with the Romulans. Another benefit of the Dominion, I would say personally, Dominion Science is probably the best option. Reason being is with a science character you have access to Photonic Fleet, where you call in reinforcements, and those ships you can get a chance of upgrading them to a battleship pet hangar ability, and with that battleship they come inbuilt with sub-nuke beam, which, as I just said, if you're a science character you have that as a captain ability. So having it with Photonic Fleet is an extra bonus. However, when you use your Photonic Fleet you might want to consider when to use it. So for example, if you are in a battle with many enemies all surrounding you and you deploy your Photonic Fleet, they will just randomly subnuke targets that you might not want to have their abilities removed and their bridge officer ability recharge speed increased. So you might want to basically deploy the Photonic Fleet when you are either with a boss at the end of the battle or against maybe a single player who is flying around and there's not much else going on, so it's not so busy. So hey, deploy your Photonic Fleet, have them fly towards it and get subnuked, and have multiple subnukes. I think the maximum you can have on a target is 6 subnukes at one time, but you'd need to be incredibly lucky to have that. I think the average is probably around 3 if I am honest. However, it's an extra bonus. Also, the Jem'Hadar, if you choose, here we go, oh no, back one more. If you choose the Vanguard species, they are basically an upgrade from the standard Jem'Hadar. So their bridge officers also come with critical chance and critical severity, as they are specially engineered by Odo himself. So that will also increase your damage as well. So I would say if you really want to max out things, go with the Romulans or the Jem'Hadar. Now what you can do if you want to look into more details about all the different species, let's have a look here under Starfleet. Starfleet's got quite a lot. So look, we've got humans, Andorians, Bajorans, Benzites, the list goes on and on and on. Again, we've got an alien on the bottom. Now one thing to add about the aliens is that they don't just look like that, you can configure them to look however you want. Maybe you want to make them look like a Trill or a Talaxian. You can configure them however you want, or you can create your own species and name it whatever you wish. So if you are unsure about which one of these you would like to go for, now you can have a look at your new best friend, which is Wikipedia. Now if we just hop on over to Wikipedia, I'll put the link in the description. This is the main page, and as you scroll down you will see all the different races. Now they do have some uniqueness about each one of them, but as I said, that they wouldn't be totally maxed out. again, you would want to go for the Romulans, or the Dominion if you're looking at doing PvP. I'd say Science Dominion if you want to do support sort of role with the sub-nuke abilities. But if we click, we can go on, let's go on a human. Okay, actually I've got a human here. So human, as you can see, they've got a unique space trait, leadership, which gives you extra hull regeneration in and out of combat. So if that's something that you're looking at doing, then maybe you can build that. Really, to be honest, a lot of the races, it's all about your own personal preference. With tactical, science and engineering, they all come with their own captain abilities. However, like I said, if you're looking to max out in terms of numbers, then maybe you want to go with the other two races, Romulan and Dominion. And if you're thinking about price and resources, I would say going on the KDF side is probably the cheaper option, as there are some good things that are available to KDF at far cheaper prices on the exchange compared to if you are Starfleet aligned. So yeah, so I think it's all to do with your own preference, really. I mean, you can create pretty much any character you want and really immerse yourself into the game. But if you're looking at those extra numbers and maxing out, I would say go with those two races. Well, if you've enjoyed this video, you can click the subscribe button below. I plan on releasing a new video each week. And also I'll put a link to my Twitch channel, which I'll be live on Twitch to answer any questions on Thursdays and Saturdays at 9:30 PM UK time. So and I'll put the link of this page, the main wiki page, which you want to probably look into more detail yourself, as there's a lot there going on. So anyway, thank you for watching. Goodbye.